105.9 Kiss FM. It's your big homie Kimbro here with you. Hey, I got my guy here, Joe Leone. You may not know the name, but you will know it now. What's up, bro?
Not much. I'm happy to be here in Detroit.
We appreciate having you. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
How would you describe your music for someone who's never heard of you before?
R&B.
Okay.
Yeah. Soul music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I was doing
heavy
a little
on the B.
Yeah.
Heavy on the blues part of that R&B.
Man, the thing about R&B is that one thing I love about is the stories and how, like you said, the soul that comes with it.
Yes.
Now I was doing a little research on you. You have like a background in like gospel music. Like your father was a preacher?
He still is. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Active preacher.
Okay. Now how has that part, influenced your music?
Well, I mean, some of the best musicians alive are coming from gospel music.
Facts.
And some of the best singers, I mean, on the planet are in gospel music still. And all my favorite R&B people had like a background in that kind of an upbringing. I don't know. There's just a different type of delivery when you have that spirit-led kind of energy in your training for how you sing a song.
Definitely. Yeah. So, you're doing a tour right now, Calling All Lovers, October in London, Ro James, and Tamar Braxton.
Yeah.
Like, how did that come about? How did that happen?
I mean, it's amazing. The timing of stuff is, it feels almost divine, but it was really just great teamwork. I'm signed to Eric Benet's label,
Okay.
JBR Creative Group, him and Allison Ball. Allison Ball she was my manager for the last like 11 years.
Okay.
And then Eric came to her because she signed and developed him back in the day at Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And so he came to her and he was like, hey, I have this label venture. I wanna sign and develop real talent again. I want to be, on the development side because he felt like it was missing.
Yeah.
And he said, I only trust you to run a company like this. And she said, perfect, I have our first artist. And so I've been signed to them for about 2 years now at that label with Allison for obviously a much longer time.
Okay.
And then we met this awesome agency called Dash Media.
Okay.
And they're the ones putting this tour on with Death Row and everything. And so I was like, hey, my bread and butter is going to be live performance. That's who I am. It's like music in the flesh, in the room. So we need an agent. And he was like, well, I have this tour opportunity. You think he could do it?
Yeah.
And just like that, they threw me on as a fast opening slot at the top, and it's been amazing ever since.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, what was your reaction when you heard the news?
Words that I can't say on radio. That's for sure.
Man, so what's it like being on the tour with them?
I mean, it's amazing. The way that this team has kind of taken me in and just decided that they were going to be supportive has been kind of mind blowing because that's not always the case in the industry. Some people go on tour for 3 months with a group of people they hate.
Okay.
And this whole crew didn't know me, and they just saw the performance and heard the music and chose to believe in it. And so it's been a really, really unique experience. And also, these are some like R&B goats. I mean, Tamar Braxton, Ro James.
Yeah.
I've been listening to Ro James since I was in high school.
Man.
And then October had this enormous come up, and he is an unbelievable vocalist.
Yes.
So it's been I'm learning. I mean, the rate you learn at a tour like this, like there's nothing like a room full of 1,000 people giving you feedback. You learn what you should and shouldn't do real fast.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's been a learning experience, but overall it's just been amazing to meet new fans and get out there.
That's dope, man. I can only imagine. So how do you prepare, for opening up for a big act like this? Like what is your mental like for that?
Well, to me, the root of the show should always be the music.
Okay.
And as an opening act, I have a very tight set up top. So it was, how can I make the most musical impact in that quick little 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is up top. And so I prepared by just getting all my figuring out a way to show all my tricks as fast as I can in a show that makes sense and doesn't feel rushed.
Definitely.
So that was kind of the prep for this, but I mean, I've been prepping for this kind of opportunity my whole life.
Yeah.
So.
There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
So your music often explores themes of like love and relationships. What inspires you to write about these topics?
I mean, I think the thing that is always going to connect the most in music is genuine human emotions. Right now, we're in an era of, you know, popping it in the club, and there's a lot of the conversation is not so much about emotions as much as it is about an experience.
Okay.
And if you look back over the history of like the best songs that have, you know, long lasting power, they're about relationship. They're about what we feel, authenticity, vulnerability. And so to me, that's always the most exciting and inspiring thing to try and make music about.
Definitely. And so you draw these from personal experiences, I'm sure.
Personal experiences. I mean, like, I'll write songs about a stranger I met if the interaction inspired a fantasy or like a world I could live in, or an emotion that maybe doesn't apply to like me and them directly, but it's something that I could turn into a story about us, about, you know, interactions with each other.
Cool. So I was getting to one of your songs, Discipline. How was the collaborative effort with that? I know you worked with DJ Camper and Felly the Voice on that one.
Yes.
So
yeah.
How did that go?
Those are my big bros, man. Me and Felly is a combination that has been. It's like it happened on its own. You know, we just linked and immediately locked in. Felly's one of the most talented songwriters alive right now.
Definitely.
That dude is a name that is gonna go down in music history. I promise you that.
That's facts.
It's kind of amazing to watch him work. Like, I am a songwriter, I'm a producer, I'm a musician, I'm a singer. I do all the things. But at this point in my career, it's been more beneficial to step into more of a curation role and kind of just be directing the talent that I have access to.
Okay.
Because even if Felly and I wrote the same song, having Felly be a co-writer on it or be the lead writer on it, that brings something else to the music. You know what I mean? Having Camper be the producer, I mean, he's another name that's going to go down in history as one of the greatest producers to me.
Yeah. No,
and to a lot of people, probably.
I'm about to say, I'm definitely familiar with his work for sure.
Right. So collabing with those guys, like I said, even if we ended up with the same song at the end, it doesn't do the same thing for what this music can reach,
right,
as if I was writing with them. So with Felly, I kind of come in with concepts and the tracks that I want them to go on. So like for Discipline, for example, that was a conversation about having bad discipline.
Yeah.
When it comes to who you end up hooking up with or who you end up trying to date. You know, sometimes it's too close to home. Sometimes it's a friend's sister, or, you know what I mean? We've all been in scenarios like this.
Trust me, I have. And I have.
Talk about it, Kimbro. Talk about it.
No, we can't talk about it because I don't want nobody to key my car.
Exactly. Exactly. Bad discipline. So that was kind of the conversation. And then I pronounced the word discipline with a little different kind of a trick. You'll have to listen to the record and hear it. We can't play with it on radio. But and Felly was like, "That's the craziest thing I ever heard. You need to let me write that song." And then so we went in with Camper. I found one of his beats. I was like, this one has the right pocket, the right energy for a song like this.
I definitely love the beat for sure. Yes.
And the rest was history.
Wow. So you just dropped the new single, Where Have You Been?
Yesterday.
Oh,
wait, it's today,
no,
right?
Today.
Today's the 23rd?
Midnight. Yeah, dropped at midnight.
Right. Man, I don't know where I am. On tour, it's all just one big day with a couple naps.
No, for real, because I do have a side job, so I didn't get off my other job until 3 o'clock this morning. So I don't know what today is either.
Yeah.
I just know I'm here.
It's the 23rd. I'm here, and I'm happy to be here.
Right. We appreciate you, man. So can you tell us more about the story behind that song, the Where Have You Been?
Yeah, Where Have You Been is it's more on the bluesy side of my R&B sound, and that one is just about finding. I haven't found this yet, but it's like I said, I write from any perspective. We'll talk about things from any side of the fence, it's about finding that love or that partnership that feels so perfect and so amazing. You're almost pissed off that you wasted time doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like I wish I fell in love in '99. Like I wish I found you when we were kids, so I never even thought about someone else.
Man, I always tell people, because I have a love for like West Coast music, like just rap and everything. And I always say, like, I think in another life I was born in like the late '80s, like early '80s, and like raised on the West Coast. Like that's just my love for the
dope.
music over there, man.
Yeah.
Like I just love the sound.
Yeah,
and
West Coast definitely has its own vibe going.
Man, for real. I mean, between the R&B side, the rap side, like it's definitely moving. So now, what are your goals for your music career? I mean, you're open up, for October London and everything. Where do you see yourself like next 5 years or so?
Next 5 years, I feel like I'm on a date right now. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, dang,
no pressure, no pressure.
If we get married, I don't know if it goes well.
Right.
Nah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to kind of predict where you could be. You can have dreams and goals and things you're pushing towards, but this career is truly up to the audience.
Yeah,
a lot of it is. You can throw as much money as you want at bad music. It's not gonna stay for 5 years.
That's true.
It'll pop. It'll be on the charts. It'll be on whatever you paid for. But it's tough to kind of predict. So as far as the trajectory has been going for me, it's been better than what I could have anticipated.
That's
like
dope.
These opportunities are amazing, and the response from the fans has been overwhelming.
Definitely.
They got me on all. I was just on my way here looking at all the playlists that Pandora and Tidal and Spotify, they're just picking it up. They're picking up the music and put me on the cover for today. It was crazy. So as far as where I could see myself, definitely headlining.
Okay.
Hopefully venues just like this. Hopefully a tour just like the one I'm on, but it's not October nights. It's Leone nights or something like that,
You never know, because like, and it's funny, like, you mentioned like, the venue. See, the thing about the venue that you're at tonight, the Aretha Shane Park, however you want to call it, it's an iconic Detroit staple. I
mean, I didn't get to check much of it. We just pulled up and I changed in the bus and came here. But even like the waterfront property is crazy. The boats could pull up from behind you and watch the show. It's amazing.
You're gonna love it tonight.
Other than the outside part, everything else looks awesome.
But even like the outside part is just the way the sound just bounces off, of the top and everything like that.
I've never done an amphitheater.
Okay.
So this is my first outside venue of this size, other than like singing in some choirs and BGVs at the Hollywood Bowl type.
I think you're gonna love it.
I think so too.
I really do, and especially with this being the 40th anniversary of the Aretha.
Really?
Yeah, this is the 40th anniversary. Like, you guys are kicking off the 40th anniversary.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
how exciting,
man! I think I'll be there.
Iconic. You better be.
I will be there. I will be there.
You got to hear these records live.
I do. I love. That's one thing I love about live music. So. Is there anyone you would want to collaborate with in the future?
So many. I mean, my favorite part of music is the collaboration.
Okay.
I've been making music with just my brain for a long time. So working with new people, it's you get new ideas, you get new lyrics, melodies, chords. It's so exciting. I'm working on a collab right now that I can't talk about.
Okay.
It's very exciting though.
Okay.
Some really cool stuff. But as far as I would shout out Coco Jones. That would be an amazing collab.
Yeah.
The R&B girls are killing it right now. Man. The girls got it on lock.
Always for sure.
We got some new dudes coming out. Jay Brown.
He's from Detroit.
TA. Yeah. Yep. He's from Detroit.
Jay Brown, John Brown. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I remember. So before I got into radio, I used to promote parties. And one of the first parties I ever promoted was
for him,
John Brown.
Wow.
And, I can't think of the name of the single, but it was like way back when. I'm talking like,
his song "True Love" that's out.
True Love we're playing that right now.
I wrote that.
Get out of here!
All those BGVs are me.
Get out of here.
Swear to God, 8 years ago out in Philly with Carvin Higgins. He's a legendary neo-soul songwriter, producer.
Yeah.
Carvin and Ivan did all of Music Soul Child's, like Love and Music, I Just Want to Sing, all that stuff. They did stuff with Jill Scott, The Roots, D'Angelo, that whole touch of jazz, neo-soul movement out of North Philly was Carvin and Ivan were a huge part of that writing.
Get out of here. My mind is blown.
Yep. 8 years ago. I was like 21 when we did that record.
Man, my mind is blown because I like every time that song comes on air, like we hear music all the time.
He killed it.
Like I just have to like sit there. I'll just let it like play out. You know what I'm saying? Like usually I'll just like let's say like we're in the studio, like we're working on other stuff,
right?
Like in between songs, but like I'll actually sit there.
Oh, I've seen you guys are basically music producers in your own right. I've seen how you guys whip these audios up in between calls and interviews and stuff. It's pretty amazing.
It's an art.
It is a craft. It's a skill set for sure.
It's definitely an art, and I try not to let the pressure show on my face because it's a lot where you have to chop down a 3-minute phone call
in the commercial break.
In a commercial break,
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
you guys are impressive with that. But yeah, that's a record we wrote about 8 years ago, and it's amazing how good music can be timeless.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like just last forever. So
and Jay Brown sang his face off on that record. So it's in great hands. We're actually number 6 on the R&B charts for Billboard right now.
That's dope.
It's fun because I've been neck and neck with Eric Benet, who I'm signed to for 6th, 7th, 8th on that chart, and we just jumped over him, and I was like,
when you talk to Eric, please give him a shout out from me. I was watching his
Front Porch.
The Front Porch
Killed it,
dude.
It was fire.
And that's the part of about music that I love. Like that raw, just out there, like just innovative way of getting your music out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like these
platforms are amazing. These colors on the radar, Front Porch. I just collabed with one called Blockwork TV.
Okay.
Out of Atlanta and New York.
Okay.
I think that's coming out. They said it takes about 2 weeks, and I did it. Atlanta was like a week ago, I think.
Okay.
So should be dropping any time.
Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, we did Discipline.
Okay. So just did the one song, or
yeah, just the one.
Okay. I thought they had have you do like multiple songs. Like
it depends on the platform. So that Front Porch one, I think they do a set.
Yeah.
On the radar, colors, and Blockwork, and the other pages like this usually just do like a single.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So,
I guess one of my other questions, my personal questions, I would say, what's one thing you've learned about yourself, or the music industry while being on this tour?
Wow. Those are separate questions. Myself and the music industry.
Yeah.
Or myself within the music industry. That would be
yourself
one.
Within the music industry on the tour. Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is something I've known, but it's just kind of, let's say, been reiterated through this experience on tour. Because I've been doing music for a long time. I'm from Los Angeles. I always tell people I'm Bane. I was born in the darkness. I've been doing it for a long time. So there was a certain level of gratitude for the opportunity that when I see people don't have that, it leads to a very jaded mindset and a very fickle, just, I don't know. When people operate within this industry without gratitude for the fact that we're just making art. I worked construction. I've dug holes in the Los Angeles sun for summers. You know what I mean? That's hard work. I won't get into the details of how hard that is. But,
I can only imagine.
But anybody out there that's done manual labor knows. I'm still forklift certified. But
nothing wrong with that.
So when you don't have that understanding of of the working world and what it takes to make ends meet doing jobs like that, I think people can get a little bit removed from reality when they spend too much time in this industry mindset.
Definitely.
So for me, it's just been a matter of holding on to that gratitude mindset that I wake up with every day. And it's really, that's my religion, is just gratitude and grace.
Definitely.
Because, we're all just people trying to make ends meet at the end of the day. Everybody's just trying to create the best product they can, the best show, the best record, whatever it might be. And we're all genuinely lucky to be doing this as a career.
Definitely.
So to me, I think the most important thing I've been, just reminded of on this tour is operate from that space, and all the difficulties, the shows being moved, the interviews being canceled, all the the chaos that comes with it is something that I should be grateful is my problem.
Definitely, because I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and
whether we know it or not.
You know what I'm saying? And you can only control what you can control.
Yourself, truly.
Yeah. And sometimes you can't even do that. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing you could try to control is your response and your management of it. Yep.
Definitely. So I feel that. I feel that for sure. Man. So tonight, Calling All Lovers tour.
Yep.
And what time do you go on?
I'm the first act.
First act.
Show starts at 7:30.
Okay, so we should probably have you.
I start at 7:30.
You start at 7:30.
At 7:30.
Okay, so I mean doors are probably at 7.
Yep, 7 or maybe 6:30. I don't. Sounds
6:30?
like 6:30.
Okay, because like I said, I know this is the first show of the season. I know that line's gonna be long down Atwater, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a good night, man.
Oh yeah, we're ready. The show is amazing. Between me, Road, Tamar, and October, you are in for a night of some amazing, amazing music. The bands are killing. The music is all good. The artists are cool people. So it's a show you want to make it to if you can.
Oh no, we're gonna make it to it. We're gonna make it to it. Joe Leone, man, I appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Oh, I'm so grateful to be here. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.